पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। राम 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 सीताराम, राम 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 सीताराम। Ram 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 Sita Ram. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Shri Pampa Sarovar ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. So we are sitting here at the holy place of Pampa Sarovar, called in the scriptures, in the Puranas, in the Ramayana as Pampa Saras or Pampa Kshetra. 2 days ago we spoke about the Puranic history of this place. It appears from the accounts in the scriptures that the Tungabhadra river was known at that time as Pampa. Somewhere this lake also has come to be known as Pampa. So Pampa Sarovar or Pampa Saras. In the Valmiki Ramayana, for example, it is mentioned as a river. Please go to the river called Pampa. So in any case, this whole area is Pampa, so the river may be called Pampa, and also the lake over here. I came here many years ago, and things have changed a lot. The lake when I came here was in shambles. Now there seems to be a very nice wall around it, nice steps, and everything seems to be much cleaner and neater than before, which is a good sign. I'm happy to see that. And I was just casting an eye to see where we could possibly clean. It doesn't look like we have much opportunity. That is also a very, very good sign. So this is the place where Matanga Rishi had an ashram in this area. And then Shabari, his disciple and the ardent devotee of Lord Ram, had her cave over here. So when you went up on the left side, as I point here, you saw that small cave. They also say Lord Ram's footprints are there. And she lived here. Actually, it is said that in her previous life, as far as the Puranic accounts are concerned, that Shabari was a lady called Malini. She was a Gandharva princess. I think her father's name was Gandharva Kavacha, something like that. And she was married to another Gandharva whose name was Vitihotra. Now this Vitihotra was very absorbed in spiritual realization. He used to sit for long hours in meditation and for performing spiritual activities. So what happened was that in the meanwhile, because he was very busy with his spiritual activities, he wasn't able to spend much time with Malini. So Malini had a paramour who was a hunter, and she started spending more time with him. When Vitihotra came to know about this relationship, that he became very angry, and he said, because you are associating with a hunter, I curse you that you will become a hunter woman. So she was born then as in the Shabara tribe, and her name became Shabari. Now somehow or the other, when she beseeched for forgiveness from us, we said, okay, you will be delivered when Ram comes to your area and you will serve Lord Ram, and then you will perfect your life, and then you will come back here. So then she was in this area. She was searching for a guru. She was searching for the spiritual truth. And she came and she heard of Matanga Rishi, so she came here. He had many disciples here, and they were all working very hard to serve their guru. They performed a lot of austerities here in this area. So she was also accepted as one of the disciples of Matanga Rishi, and she began to assist the other disciples. She led a very austere life over here. And as time passed, all the disciples became very old. Matanga Rishi had left this world. Matanga Rishi had become extremely old, and she had come and asked him. He had been very kind towards her, and when the time came for him to leave this world, so she requested that she can go with him to the spiritual world. And he had said, no, the time has not come for that. The time will come when Lord Ram will personally come here, and then you will get delivered. So wait patiently till Ram comes. When you serve him, then you will attain the perfection of your life. In the meanwhile, after the departure of Matanga Rishi, even his disciples were getting old, and they also started leaving this world one by one. And they also were attaining spiritual perfection. So she was one of the very few remaining. Eventually, all of them left, and she was probably amongst the only ones remaining behind here. And the only reason she remained was because she wanted to meet Lord Ram. So she was expecting him, and she was living here performing her austerities, which must have been very difficult because of her old age. Nevertheless, she continued doing it. And in those days, of course, there was no form of communication like we have today. So every day she would go and collect berries, it is said, and wait for Ram, because she didn't know which day Ram would come. So every day she would go to the forest and collect these berries and bring them back and wait. And in that day Ram didn't come, then the next day she would collect fresh berries. In this way, day after day, she was always in eager anticipation, expectation of Lord Ram's arrival here. Actually, one of the siddhantas, one of the conclusions of devotional life is that this principle of eager anticipation to serve the Lord and His devotees is very, very important. That eagerness to serve is actually the driving force behind our spiritual advancement. If we are not eager, if we are not enthusiastic, then our progress will be slow. One who is extremely eager to make advancement, to serve, we can see it practically also. They will make very rapid advancement in their Krishna consciousness. It is also called samutkantha. Utkantha means eagerness. Samutkantha means complete eagerness. In fact, in some places in the scriptures, it has been referred to as transcendental greed. Laulyam. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita matihi kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate. So Rupa Goswami has said that if you want to get this Krishna bhakti rasa, you should purchase it from wherever it is available. Janma koti sukriter na labhyate. You can't get it by simply performing pious activities for millions of lives. Tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam. The only price you can pay for getting that bhakti rasa, the nectar of bhakti, is laulyam, the greed. Greed means the eagerness to serve. So Shabari had that mood. Every day she was just waiting. When will Lord Ram come? Her whole consciousness was always filled with Ram. So she was Rama Maya. Her consciousness was Rama Maya, full of Ram. When will Ram come? When will Ram come? Now, this is such a famous pastime connected to Lord Ram. I'll briefly narrate what Valmiki Muni says, and then we'll talk a little bit about related pastimes which do not appear in the Valmiki Ramayana, but which are part of common folklore in India, and which appear in some other versions of the Ramayana, like the Kamba Ramayana in South India, and so on. So, when Ram and Lakshman, and this is still part of the Aranyakanda, they were moving towards the south. They were still in the Panchavati region, moving southwards. They encountered some Rakshasas, and as I mentioned briefly yesterday, they killed Kabandha. After the killing of Kabandha, who was actually a resident of the higher planets, when he regained his original form, his heavenly form, he then informed them that actually Ravana is the one who has kidnapped Sita, and in order... Shall we shift your seat? The sun is directly. It's okay. Surya Narayan's mercy is coming. If we shift again, it will take too much time. It's fine. Not a problem. Huh? Somebody will have to sit in the sun anyway.
No, all of us, we are against the sunlight. Only you are actually... We can make you sit there, man.
It's okay. I think we'll just... Too much time will go in that. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Let us be Ram conscious. We will all sit down. No problem. So, Kabandha then informed Ram and Lakshman that you should go southwards, and in a place called Kishkindha, go to Rishyamukha mountain, and there you will encounter Sugriva. You make a pact of friendship with Sugriva, and your purpose will be achieved. And he kept on repeating that. As he was getting ready to depart to the heavenly planets, which was his original abode, he repeated that again and again. O Ram, O Lakshman, please remember, when you reach Kishkindha, you must meet Sugriva. And then in the passing, he also mentioned, before you reach the Rishyamukha mountain, you will come to the most beautiful area of Pampa Saras, where the river flows by and there is immense beauty associated with this place. There you will go to the ashram of a sage called Matanga Rishi, and you will see an ascetic lady called Shabari who has been waiting for you for long. You may bestow your mercy upon her. And then Ram and Lakshman proceed further after this Kabandha in his original heavenly form returns. And they arrived here. As soon as they arrived in Pampa, the beauty of the place was so enchanting that Ram and Lakshman were struck with wonder. Valmiki Muni goes at length to describe, no, it's fine, it's okay. So Ram and Lakshman, Ram was describing to Lakshman the beauty of the place, and Valmiki Muni at length describes the beauty. He mentions the names of the flowers, the punnaga, and the mallika, and the various types of flowers here, the natural beauty, the scenery. So he's a great poet. So he had very nice poetic descriptions of the different types of birds and the cooing of the birds, the trees, the flowers, etc., etc. And then the beautiful Pampa river. There is no specific mention of the lake by Valmiki, but nowadays we understand this to be also Pampa Sarovar. And then Ram and Lakshman arrived there. And Shabari saw them and she rushed to welcome them. And Ram saw her. He was also expecting to meet Shabari. So he said, "Oh Tapodhane." Tapodhane means one whose dhana or wealth is tapasya. "Oh Tapodhane, how is your austerity progressing? How is your progress on the path of self-realization going on? What austerities are you doing? Are you remaining austere in your food, in your living habits?" And in this way he questioned her about her self-realization. And then Shabari responded in a most humble way, and she expressed her delight that Ram had finally arrived here. And then she took Ram and Lakshman on a guided tour of Matanga Rishi's ashram. Okay, quickly they'll have to set up all these things again. Okay, quickly we'll go. No. Everyone just remain seated wherever you are. Otherwise, switch off. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Actually, also there's a holy tree, the holy banyan tree. And we're all under the shelter of this tree. That's one of the reasons I wanted to sit there. It's a wonderful tree actually. It's a kind of Ashwatha family, described in the Bhagavad Gita also. So anyway, so Shabari then took Ram and Lakshman on a guided tour of the entire ashram of Matanga Rishi, of course, who was no longer present on the planet. And she described to him how many disciples of Matanga Rishi stayed here, and they rendered much service and they performed much austerity in the service of their guru, Matanga Rishi. And they said one time they were carrying loads of flowers and other paraphernalia for worship and for the yajna, and because of their physical exertions, they were perspiring. And some of their perspiration, some drops, fell on the ground. Matanga Rishi noticed this, and he was touched by the austerities and exertions of his disciples. So by his mystic power, the places where those drops of perspiration fell, they grew into plants. Those areas, there were plants that grew, and these flowers that came from those plants had a celestial fragrance, and they would never fade, and they would never fall from the trees. So there's no need to pluck them. So Shabari pointed out these flowers and these plants to Lord Ram, and she offered them to him also. So we can just imagine what the situation was. The whole area was full of divine fragrance. All these wonderful flowers had sprouted everywhere. They would never fade. Even in the summer, so we presume that they were in the peak of summer also, they were always fragrant and bright and colorful. Then Shabari sat Lord Ram and Lakshman down, and she had collected many fruits and berries. That's all you can get in the forest. You can't get rotis and rice and pizzas and pastas. So whatever she got the roots, she got berries, she got fruit, as they say, kandamul, etc. And she fed Lord Ram and Lakshman. And they were very, very satisfied. And after having served Lord Ram, now her purpose of life had been fulfilled. The time had come for her now to depart from this world. At that moment, she lit a fire. She brought some wood from the forest. She lit a fire and she sat on it. And immediately from that burning body came her heavenly body as a Gandharva princess. And it is said, this is not in the Valmiki Ramayana, this part of it. And Vitihotra came in his Gandharva form and he escorted her back. The Valmiki Ramayana only speaks about the deliverance of Shabari, of how her life was delivered. And then Ram and Lakshman moved on further into Kishkinda, and they met Sugriva and Hanuman at Rishyamukha mountain. Now, Shabari's story is so much a part of folklore that we have all grown up hearing, and especially the part about her eating the fruit and then giving it. It's important to mention that this pastime doesn't appear in the Valmiki Ramayana, but it does appear in some other versions like the Kamba Ramayana. I'm not sure if it appears in the Ramcharitmanas of Tulsidas, but Kamba Ramayana definitely it appears, and we have all been hearing it from childhood. So even though it's not there in the Valmiki Ramayana, there is no harm in mentioning briefly this pastime, because it has some nice devotional conclusions and it is a sweet pastime. Now Shabari was very keen that Lord Ram should get the best fruit, because sometimes when you pluck berries and fruits from the forest, you don't know which berry is going to be sour and which will be sweet. So then her only intention was to provide Ram with the best of fruit, the sweetest of fruit. So she had collected some berries, and every time when Ram was sitting in front, she would taste a berry, and if it was bitter or sour, she would throw it away. And if it happened to be sweet, she would give that to Ram. And then Ram would eat that with great relish. Lakshman, of course, was aghast. He said, this cannot be. And when he saw Ram was eating, he said, Henry, what are you doing? And he told Shabari also, what are you doing here? You're eating and then you're giving these fruits to Ram. And the folklore goes, of course there's no Shastric pramana for that, but she offered to Lakshman, he said, no, I cannot take it. So Ram was relishing it. He ate those fruit and then he was completely satisfied. Also it is said that she had made cups made out of leaves. And those of you who are accustomed to living in the villages or go to certain trees, they make beautiful cups like dronas, they make them, and they take little twigs and they use that as pins, And they very easily take one or two leaves like that, fold them, and then they pin it in like that with little twigs, and it becomes a perfect cup. In Vrindavan and Krishna's pastime, there are lots of pastimes like that, where they would drink buttermilk in those cups. Krishna and his cowherd boys, they would go into the forest. So people living in the villages in the forest, they develop these arts and skills. We have no clue living in the city. We only drink when we go for yatras, we carry polythene or plastic bags, these cups and so on, which are anyway very harmful for the environment. So when Ram saw that, he was very touched, because obviously Shabari had made a lot of effort. Very painstakingly she had collected so many leaves, and she had been folding them and collecting the twigs and using them as pins to tie them up. So he blessed that tree that the leaves would naturally be like that. So from that day on, that particular tree, I don't know if you'll find that kind of tree here, but they have leaves which are in the form of cups. So anyway, Ram was very pleased. So what do we learn from this pastime of Shabari eating the fruit before offering it to Ram? It is against all principles of Pancharatra, of deity worship. In deity worship, one has to be extremely careful of the standards that are followed, especially in the temple. Of course, in the home, some concessions are given. But even then, there are certain things that are no-no, that you can't do. You can't taste something and then offer it to the Lord. Never. It is considered a big offense in deity worship. In fact, everything should be separately kept for the Lord. The plates, the vessels, even in your home is the washing powder which you use to clean the vessels. That should also be separate. The sink should be separate if possible. Everything should be separate, exclusively for the Lord. So, and when you come to offer food also, now I'm talking about the temple standard, the pujari should take a bath, his clothes should be fresh and clean, and he should not have eaten when he was wearing those clothes, etc. You have to offer exactly on time. There are proper sets of rules about what you can offer. There are standards, how many items you should cook, what the contents, the ingredients should be, etc., etc. Lots of rules and regulations. However, despite the rules and regulations of Pancharatrika worship, the principal feature of deity worship is devotion. So in deity worship, there is number 1, devotion. Number 2, there is cleanliness. Number 3, there is punctuality. Number 4, there is proper ingredients in the following of rules and regulations in the worship of the deity. But over and above everything is devotion. Sometimes when devotees reach a stage of spontaneous devotion, in their purity of love, they may sometimes neglect to follow some of the rules and regulations. We cannot imitate such devotees, but we can take inspiration from them about the pure nature of their love. And Sanatan Goswami had the deity of Madan Mohan, previously called Madan Gopal, and he would have no temple for them initially. The temple came much later. And he had a little cloth bag, just like our bead bags, maybe a little bigger. And the deity would be in the cloth bag, and he would hang the bag around his neck. And then he would go wherever he had to go. And when he came to rest under a tree at night or in the day, he would place the deity on some branch of the tree, and that's how he would live. And whatever he obtained as madhukari, by begging alms from the Brajabasis, he would offer it to him. And I'm sure you've all heard that famous pastime in which Madan Mohan appears to him and says, "At least give me some salt in the chapati." And then Sanatan Goswami says, "Today you're asking for salt, tomorrow you'll ask for sugar. I don't know where it's going to end. I'm a renunciant. I'm a simple Babaji here living by madhukari. How am I going to get all these things that you're demanding? You be satisfied with what I give you." Now we cannot tell that to the deities in our temples. Actually speaking, if you're going to live like Sanatan Goswami and importantly eat like Sanatan Goswami, then you can offer whatever you eat to to the Lord. But we are going to eat nice, delicious foodstuffs and then we offer to the Lord just some simple things. No, that can't be. Whatever we eat should have first been offered to the Supreme Lord with devotion. Then we will accept that as prasadam. So, in spontaneous devotion, these things may be accepted sometime. There are some incidents like this. For example, in the Alvars, there was an Alvar called Andal. She was the only lady amongst the 12 Alvars, the famous devotees in the Sri Sampradaya. Her father also was an Alvar. And he used to make flower garlands for Lord Ranganath. And in the course of making them, she would also assist. And one day he came back home to find Andal wearing the garland that was supposed to be offered to the Lord. She wore it around her neck and was admiring herself in the mirror. She was only a young girl at that time. And when her father was Periyalvar, right? Yeah. So when he came and he was aghast, horrified, he said, "What are you doing, you girl? This is supposed to be offered to the Lord. Only after He has worn it can we accept it as Nirmalya, as Mahaprasadam." So he understood that this girl had been doing it every day and that he had committed such a huge offense that every day the garlands that were being sent from his home, from his garden to the Lord, had actually been already worn by Andal before being worn by the deity. So he didn't know what to do, but at least this particular garland he didn't send because he had known about it. Later, of course, Ranganath became very angry, upset. He wanted the garlands worn by Andal. And then it became a custom. And everyone was struck with wonder. And they realized that Andal was an exceptional devotee. So there are times when the Lord likes the prasad of His devotees. But we cannot imitate, I repeat. We have to be content with taking the Lord's prasadam. So Shabari is one of those cases where the devotion was so spontaneous that the Lord happily accepted the simple roots and fruits and berries that she offered. The Lord is not impressed by our opulence. He is not impressed by our material skills and material qualities. All that the Lord seeks from us is our devotion. If there is genuine devotion, then whatever it is that we are in a position to offer, it may be less, it may be more, it may be simple, it may be elaborate, the Lord will be very pleased to accept that. As you know, when Lord Krishna was going to Hastinapur to broker a peace deal between the Pandavas and Kauravas, Duryodhana had organized a grand reception facility for him with a huge tent and all sorts of delicious eatables. But Krishna did not go there because in that offering there was only duplicity and cunningness. There was no devotion. Instead, he went to the house of Vidura, where the house was simple, the offerings would be simple, but there was genuine devotion. And we have all heard this pastime of how he went there, and eventually Vidura's wife, being so flustered to see the unexpected arrival of Lord Krishna, she peeled the bananas and offered the skin to Krishna and threw away the bananas, and the Lord was happily eating the bananas peels, the skin, till Vidura came in and was horrified to see what was going on. So these few stories, though not to be imitated, are very joyous. They make us joyous because they illustrate the principle of devotion as the highest amongst all the rules and regulations. And this is what we must try to cultivate, and this is the message that we can learn from Shabari here. So Shabari's influence is still here. For great devotees, exalted sages and so on, the influence transcends space and time. So it goes to for long distances. Even one sage living in a particular place, performing pure devotional service, the influence and potency of that sage or that great devotee will extend for miles and miles, and it will remain for years and years. So we are here at this holy place where Matanga Rishi performed austerities, his disciples performed austerities, Shabari lived here and performed devotional service, Lord Ram and Lakshman came here. So let us sit here and pray at the lotus feet of Shabari, that she may kindly bless us with pure devotion to the lotus feet of her worshipable Lordship Shri Shri Sitaram and also Shri Shri Radha Krishna. So now what we will do is, we will have anybody identified any spots to clean over here?
They just cleaned, Maharaj.
Everybody just cleaned.
No, servants.
Oh, there are people here cleaning. Oh, this was not there when I came last time. It was in shambles. This was, of course, many years ago. So much plastic, polythene, and all sorts of rubbish and litter were lying all around. And we spent a couple of hours, we fanned out into the whole place. And we did. So what we will do now is...
Wrong design, Maharaj.
Yeah? Yeah, we are very happy to see that. So what we will do is, if possible, we will make a parikrama of the Pampa Sarovar, and we will do Sankirtan as we move. Okay. And if you notice some litter and rubbish, pick it up.
There are some plastic bottles in the water, Maharaj.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're allowed to go into the water. It is allowed? Okay.
Corners, there are
So one or two devotees who know how to swim, you should be and take out all these bottles and everything from the pond. Okay? Everyone don't go into the water. So now we will go on Sankirtan. What is the time now? 7:45. So we will have one round, we will do the Kirtan, and then we will have to go to Anjanadri. We will not go up because it will take an hour to climb up, an hour to come down. We will go at the foothill and offer our respect. Get down from our buses, offer our respects to Hanuman from there, offer obeisances, and then we will go back, another 1 hour ride back. Okay, Hare Krishna.